What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for a bit of an early video here for you guys today. We're going to be talking about Treyarch's confirmation of yet another Cold War update, their 115-day blog post in detail, and what's going on with the mid-season update for Vanguard. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget, I will be live streaming tonight with the launch of whatever the mid-season update is for Vanguard. And look, it's not a traditional Season 1 Reloaded like I think everybody would have expected, but the preload for the update has gone live a bit early over on PlayStation. So if you're on PS4 or PS5, you should see the download as of right now, and it's about 5 gigabytes in size for PS5. I'm not sure exactly what it is for PS4, but it's probably roughly the same. But like we talked about in yesterday's video, there isn't a traditional Season 1 Reloaded this time around, which honestly was to be expected. There isn't a new roadmap or a trailer, but we did get confirmation from Activision of what is releasing tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific for Vanguard, and supposedly there is an update for Warzone tomorrow at, again, 9 p.m. Pacific, so we're just going to assume it's going to be a patch and a bunch of quality of life improvements that the game desperately needs right now. But it's safe to say, because of the holiday break and Season 2 being around 3 weeks away, they didn't have too much on deck for us when it comes to this mid-season update in multiplayer or Warzone. But besides that, we finally got some marketing for the Attack on Titan Levi Tracer Pack and exactly what's inside of it. So I'm not much of an anime guy, like I said before, but you'll get 2 weapon blueprints, an operator skin, 3 finishing moves, a sword blueprint, emblem, sticker, and even a charm that's very likely going to cost 2,400 COD points. I think everybody's aware the bundles so far in Vanguard haven't really been it. I don't think too many of them are worthwhile, but I'm sure they'll get better as the new seasons do release. But let me know in the comments if you're interested in this anime crossover. It of course makes sense to release this now considering the launch of part 2 for the final season of this anime. But tonight we're also seeing the release of Isabella as an operator, the character who didn't speak a single word in the Season 1 intro cinematic, but does have a backstory that I think everybody could have predicted like all the other operators do in this game. A little cliche if I'm honest, but let's see if she gets more character development throughout upcoming seasons. Aside from her, we are going to be seeing the Wellgun SMG, but if you don't want to do the in-game challenge to unlock this weapon, there will be bundles releasing that feature the Wellgun so you can get instant access to the weapon itself. Now, at the bottom of the limited blog post we got from Call of Duty today, it does say, and I quote, "Sledgehammer and Raven, in addition to Beanox, High Moon Studios, and Toys for Bob, among others, are committed to supporting Vanguard and Warzone Pacific during Season 1 and beyond, actively listening to concerns, bugs, and requested features from the community." So I want to say that's probably just confirmation that within some future patches they'll be fixing all the things that definitely need to be addressed, but a lot of that probably isn't going to be addressed for tonight's mid-season update, which is a bit unfortunate. But like I mentioned before, they just got back from holiday break, so people are just getting back into the offices and hopefully getting right to work on things that need to happen for this franchise. But something that you guys are probably wondering, right, is what is really going on with multiplayer, because one other multiplayer map was confirmed to be releasing in Season 1. We got a blog post at the beginning of the season which said that we're getting 3 different multiplayer maps this season, and so far we only got 2, Radar and Paradise. One of those was a remake, so I was assuming that the third map would be an original map that comes out during Reloaded to kind of spice things up for a potential roadmap. But since we didn't get a roadmap at all and no real mention of any additional multiplayer content, the map probably isn't going to come out. Maybe they fell behind and said, hey, we gotta push the map back until Season 2. That's likely what happened, unless we got a surprise launch of a map tonight or something at some point tomorrow. We're just a bit unclear on that right now. But now when it comes to the good stuff, Treyarch came out swinging today with an early 115-day blog post. Before we even touch on the zombies or the new round-based update, they did confirm they aren't finished updating the roster of operators within Black Ops Cold War. Yes, you know Treyarch had to reveal a few of their surprises that they have up their sleeve, so since this is a 115-day update, do you think these are zombie operators coming to the game? Like actual iconic characters from our round-based maps? We're talking anybody from Kravchenko, Peck, Gray, Carver, Ravenov, which I'm surprised isn't in the game as a playable character, maybe even Raptor 1. I know Peck and Gray don't have military experience, so that might not work, but the other characters definitely do. I also don't think it'll be the director, since that would probably require the wonderful Nolan North to return, which I don't think is going to happen just for a bundle or for a couple of lines. I think they'll save his voice reveal for 2023, which I do believe is going to be Nolan North. But it's still a nice surprise, right? You can't complain about more Cold War content. I'll be covering all of that as it does release. There's also the Young Menendez conspiracy, right? They do plan on releasing more cinematics to close the gap between Cold War Season 6 and the opening of Black Ops 2. Would be nice to get a Young Menendez operator and kind of a bit of backstory on how Woods got captured, sent to the box in Angola. We'll love to see that. I think there's a lot of potential for that, unless they save it for a future Treyarch title. We just don't know. But this is further confirmation of a supposed year 2 for Black Ops Cold War. We know there's more maps that are rumored to be on deck for multiplayer, which we talked about before in my proposed Season 7 video on what could be dropped. But like Modern Warfare 2019 got when Cold War came out, we'll be seeing additional bundles added throughout 2022, which will contain some new characters as they confirm and hopefully some more weapons as well. But as a huge reminder, right, Modern Warfare did have a Season 7, it just didn't release in the same sense as the previous seasons. They kind of just sporadically released the content that was made for Season 7, so I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happened for Cold War when it comes to a bunch of additional updates that they wanted to add to the game. Now, if you've been paying attention to the narrative intel and conversations between their Dark Aether entities in Season 1 for Vanguard Zombies, then you may have an idea, as they said, of where we're headed in Season 2. So here's where they confirm a new hub map located elsewhere on the globe, where they'll be taking players to multiple arenas, including the Dark Aether itself, in a completely original location crafted for Vanguard Zombies. There you have it, folks. We are getting an original Zombies experience in Season 2 of Vanguard that is going to be just like Anfang, with a hub in the middle and then portals taking you to different arenas. So that's what I said before. I'm like, wait a second, how will they do DLC maps for Vanguard? It won't just be extra portals to Anfang. Will it end up being a completely new hub in the middle with different portals you can go through from there that are all separate from Anfang? And that's going to be the case, as they said. They also said there's plenty more in the works for Season 2, including multiple wonder weapons, more survival gameplay, a new story quest, the introduction of a new Dark Aether entity, a new enemy type, more objective gameplay, and even more. They're also working on future Zombies content. So they didn't mention any of this being for Cold War, so we're just gonna safely assume it's all for Vanguard, and that's to be expected. But hey, there you have it, right? Treyarch is not giving up on this game as many people probably expected. I personally don't think Activision will invest too much in DLC for Vanguard, considering the performance of the game right now, but I'm still happy that they're still trying. Developers are still passionate and care about this game, despite what their higher-ups and executives might be telling them to do. But when it comes to the mid-season update from Treyarch tonight, it all sounds phenomenal. This may be what they'd hoped would have been available at launch to really help the community adjust to a new style they're going for with Anfang, but we all know how difficult it must have been for them. And as they wrote in the blog post specifically, and I quote, "Let's be honest, moving zombies to an infrastructure hosted entirely on dedicated servers for the first time in a new engine hasn't been a seamless experience." And it would have been if they had more time to make this game, or to make this game mode in Vanguard, but they didn't have that time. So as I said in the past, traditional zombie lobbies ran on player-hosted servers, which were often prone to a myriad of issues depending on the player's connection and several other factors. While the gameplay experience should now be smoother across the board for matches of all sizes on dedicated servers, the process of pausing said servers for solo and single-player private matches isn't as simple as flipping a switch. And I absolutely love the transparency here from Treyarch. I mentioned this in videos a long time ago, even on the podcast. I'm like, look, any type of transparency in these blog posts or tweets seriously does help the people out there who have no idea how game development works. I'm not even a dev or an engineer, but I could already guess it's not easy flipping a switch to change skill-based matchmaking or adding server pause or this or that. It cannot be that simple, because if it was, it would have been done already by some intern that works over there. But this transparency is perfect for those out there that just think, oh, they could just add a server pause. Can you just for 1 second understand that Vanguard is on the Modern Warfare engine? No other Treyarch game has ever been on that engine. I'm sure their next game might be if Activision tells them to do that, but when it comes to this new Zombies iteration, it's like starting from scratch, from the ground up. Even if they're bringing things back from Cold War, they're still having to remake it and recode it, if I can guess, from the ground up for this new engine. It's not seamless. But here's another big bombshell here, no pun intended. Numa survival in the form of a void objective. So before you guys freak out, Numa will not be available at the main menu to just select and then hop onto round-based. I don't even think Numa is going to be expanded to be the entire map like it was in older Black Ops games, but there is an objective called Void, which I believe was the rumored Forever Blitz objective we talked about a couple of weeks ago, in which once you go into the objective, it'll allow you to play round-based as long as you want on that specific region, Numa. You first have to unlock Von Lista's office though, and once you get in there, you can then select this Void objective. So as they wrote, once you've completed 3 rounds in the Void objective, you'll be faced with 2 choices: flee or survive. If you choose to stay and fight, you'll earn 5,000 bonus essence for every 3 rounds you survive in the Void. If you make it through 12 rounds or more, you'll earn a unique reward that prevents your perks from dropping below tier 2 whenever you go down for the rest of the match. Survive long enough, and you might even discover new details about where the story's heading next. Wow. Once the portal to the Void has been opened, it never will close during your match. When you're ready to head back to Stalingrad to upgrade your perks and covenants, you can leave after surviving 3 rounds and return at any time. To help you along the way, you'll earn a sacrificial heart each time you complete at least 3 rounds in the Void and successfully escape back to Stalingrad. Of course, if you're looking to go for high rounds, you'll also want to spend those hearts on upgrading your artifacts before heading back in, and that's where the Tome of Rituals feature comes in. So the thing about this, right, is I'm happy this is coming. I'm really excited to play it tonight. It'll be more of a zombies-focused stream, considering nothing else is going to be releasing for multiplayer or Warzone. But the people complaining about the fact this is a remaster, because Numa's been in quite a few Black Ops games now, World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 3. I get it, I really do, and that's a reason why I said, you know what, it's probably not a good idea to even add any form of round-based to Vanguard, especially for Numa, because people out there will probably complain, oh, same map like we got from before, why wasn't this in at launch? And everybody knows that even if it was in at launch, people would have still complained that this is a map that we already played for, what, 10 years? Why is this considered new content? And on top of that, I think when it comes to what they have time to do, this was the best they can offer right now, and I really respect and appreciate that. I'm happy that we're getting some type of round base, especially for those out there that want to go for camos, right? Anfang isn't exactly an easy experience to camo grind with, also considering the XP rates, which hopefully are better in this Void objective. But another thing about adding round base to Vanguard is people might start comparing the amount of round base that was in older Black Ops games, even in Cold War, to this experience. But the thing is, you won't have an option to play round base at the main menu like under Anfang. It'll be through this Void objective. So all we can hope for is that the Void objective comes to as many arenas as possible. And by then, hopefully by the end of Season 6 for Vanguard, we have as many experiences in Vanguard for zombies as there were in Cold War. Because Cold War had 4 round-based maps, 7 regions for Outbreak, 20 plus Onslaught maps, and other LTMs as well. So hopefully we'll get a similar amount of content by the end of this game's life cycle. But when it comes to the Tome of Rituals feature here, you can upgrade the artifacts, which I think is great to hopefully bring us back to where we were in Cold War with how powerful our field upgrades were. But as you can see, we have tiers 1 through 4 for Frost Blast, Energy Mine, Aether Shroud, Ring of Fire. A lot of these extra tiers are tiers that were in Cold War, so I'm glad they're bringing a lot of them back, and to balance them for the different gameplay style Vanguard Zombies offers. We'll likely have to wait until Season 2 for a new field upgrade artifact. I think that'll tie in perfectly with whatever the new Dark Aether entity is going to be that we get introduced to apparently tonight, and I guess we'll get a glimpse of who that is, and then we'll get to use his artifact or something in Season 2, which should be cool. So let me know how you're feeling about the ability to upgrade our artifacts down below in the comments. But aside from the Tome of Rituals, we are getting Von List's office. Again, you need to go into the office to play the Void round-based objective. We're also getting Pack-a-Punch camos, so this is a dub, right? I know people out there are saying, oh, this is a camo taken from Infinite Warfare. Who cares? It's something. How many more camo ideas could they come up with at this point? So I'm not surprised that it's something that's similar to what we had in the older Call of Duty. I'm still happy with this altogether, though. I think this is just further proof they didn't have much time to make this game, since we didn't have a Pack-a-Punch camo at launch. They also confirmed support weapons are coming tonight with the War Machine and Death Machine, which is great. Combat shield support. So if anybody out there wants a buildable shield in their Anfang, this is the closest we're going to get to that, which is fantastic. And we'll also have specific Wellgun and Katana weapon unlock challenges. So I'll put the challenges on screen so you guys can see. But last and definitely not least, Treyarch also confirmed an extended double-double weekend, where, as they said, in the spirit of 115 Day, they're kicking off a 4-day double-double weekend in Black Ops Cold War, starting this Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, January 14th, through 10 a.m. Pacific, Tuesday, January 18th. This includes double XP, double weapon XP, and zombies, and will run alongside an extended double XP weekend in Vanguard and Warzone as well. Unfortunately, no XP for multiplayer, but that's probably because we're trying to push more people to play Vanguard. As a reminder as well, you'll continue to earn player progression and battle pass progress across titles as you play, whether you're slaying the undead in Black Ops Cold War or Vanguard this weekend. Have fun out there, and we'll see you online. So to me, it's crazy that Vanguard isn't even Treyarch's game, but they're the ones who came out swinging today with a bit of marketing. I really respect that, because look, Treyarch's going to be working on the competitive aspect for Vanguard multiplayer, and I think League Play or whatever mode that's going to be is likely going to drop at the start of Season 2. So Treyarch is really busy at work right now, really caring as much as they can with Vanguard. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the confirmation of more Cold War content? How are you feeling about the 115 Day blog post that came out early today, along with confirmation of a round-based Void objective? And also, what are your thoughts on the mid-season update for Vanguard tonight? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.